Hey guys, welcome back to Community Review, and today we're in Satoo.
Satoo is one of the 27 neighborhoods in Millwoods and is part of the Knotwood community. The Millwoods area was developed in response to rising housing costs in the 1970s, with the Alberta government assembling land for residential use. Named after Mill Creek and the natural parkland that once covered the area, Millwoods Development Plan was established by the City of Edmonton in 1971. The city then purchased, subdivided, and sold land for housing and commercial use. Construction in Satoo began in 1974 and was nearly finished by the end of the decade.
The neighborhood is bordered by major roads, including the Anthony Henry Drive to the south, while its internal streets follow a curving cul-de-sac layout. Additional pathways and a greenbelt corridor encourage walking and cycling. At the heart of Satoo is a multi-purpose school and recreational area with a higher density housing and commercial spaces positioned along main roads and near community amenities. The nearby Millwoods Town Centre provides shopping, healthcare, and recreational services for residents. Historically, the Millwoods area was a Cree reserve between 1876 and 1891. The neighborhood takes its name from Chief Satoo, honoring the area's Indigenous heritage. If you're looking for a particular type of home here in Satoo, there are currently two stories listed, one half duplex and one condo apartment.
Do people want to live in Satoo? And are homes selling quickly? To find that out, let's look at how long it takes to sell a home here. Last month, the average days on market for all residential properties in Edmonton was 48 days. Here in Satoo, that is 79 days for the past month. This tells us that there's a little bit of less demand here in the neighborhood. But is this demand consistent? Well, if we compare this to 6 months ago, the average days on market for Edmonton is 35 days. Here in Satoo, it was only 17. So demand varies and is not very consistent. Overall, it's most likely due to the seasons changing and a slower market.
So, are people getting what they're asking for in this neighborhood? Well, let's compare the sale price and the list price of the homes. And over the last 6 months, the average sale to list ratio was 103%, indicating that sellers are getting slightly more for their single family homes. And for condos, the average sale to list ratio was 98%, indicating that sellers are getting slightly less for their condos.
How much do homes cost here? Over the past year in Satoo, single-family homes were listed for $480,000. The homes that sold at an average price of $423,000. Over the last 60 days, homes have been selling at an average price of $419,000. Currently, there are 4 active listings. If you want to buy a home today in Satoo, the average price is $480,000.
If you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, then in Satoo, for the past year, the average list price of a condo was $250,000, and the average sale price was just under $260,000. If we compare the average sold price for the past 2 years, then it has increased 7%. And over the past 60 days, the average list price is $246,000, and there are currently 1 condo in the market available, and the average sold price of a condo right now is $250,000. So what is the average income that you need in order to buy a home here in Satoo? Well, based off the 60-day average for list price of $419,000, you will need a down payment of just under $21,000 with a 5% down payment. And your monthly mortgage expense will be $2,200 with an interest rate of 4.14. That is excluding all utilities and property taxes.
If you'd like to purchase a condo in Satoo, the average 60-day list price is $246,000, which means you need just over $12,000 for a 5% down payment. With the current interest rate of 4.14%, your estimated monthly mortgage cost, excluding utilities, property taxes, and condo fees, would be $1,300. Are there any HOA fees in this community? There are no HOA fees that we could find for Satoo. If you have a family, or are looking to start one, this community is zoned for the following public schools: Satoo Elementary School, Kissawatassawin Junior High School, and J. Percy Page High School.
And for Catholic schools, the options are St. Clement Elementary School to Junior High School and Holy Trinity High School.
What does the future look like for Satoo? We reviewed the city's planned projects, major development permits, and rezoning applications here in this neighborhood. The city's first planned project is this raised sidewalk. Located at 78th Street and on Knotwood Road, this city planned project was approved for $715,000. The estimated budget was $500,000. Perhaps there's a couple trade guys in the comments that can give us a breakdown of how the city spent this much money for a few yield signs. When it comes down to major development permits here in Satoo, there was none. When it comes down to rezoning applications, there was also none. So we just have one city project plan, and that is for the raised sidewalk for $715,000.
So next, we're going to analyze Satoo based off 20 different key criterias and giving it a score so that you can rate and you can decide if this neighborhood is good for you and your family. Let's go check out the first one. So first is parks, and Satoo has 2 of them. And based off our rubric, it's well maintained. There are lots of diverse playgrounds, trails, sports, fields, picnic areas, and we give it a score 5 out of 5.
When it comes to gyms in Satoo, there are unfortunately no gyms here, so that gives us a score of 1. When it comes to community centers and recreation centers within 3 kilometers, we have 1 community center for multi-purpose spaces located in the heart of Satoo, which gives us a score of 5.
For schools, Satoo has all your designated public and Catholic schools within 2 kilometers for your kids, which results a total score 5 out of 5.
For our lovely seniors, there's 1 senior center located within 5 kilometers from Satoo. Located here in Millwoods, this senior center offers support services and variable activities, resulting in a score of 5 out of 5.
Satoo has lots of healthcare options, including pharmacies, dental, medical facilities, and veterinary clinics, all within 2 kilometers, giving a score 5 out of 5.
Satoo has 0 retail stores within 2 kilometers, which gives us a score of just 1.
If you're having a late night craving or you forgot an ingredient, Satoo does have a convenience store within 2 kilometers, but it does not have a grocery store, and we must rate it 1 out of 5.
When it comes to dining, there's a few options located 2 kilometers from Satoo, one of them being the burger joint behind me and Loma Vegetarian House, which gives this category a score of 3.
For coffee lovers, there's unfortunately 0 cafe shops within 1.5 kilometers of Satoo, earning this total score of 1 out of 5.
For nightlife and bars, Satoo has 0 options within 1.5 kilometers, which gives us a score of 1.
Looking for something to do here in Satoo? Well, within 1.5 kilometers, there's 1 entertainment option, and we're giving it a total score 3 out of 5.
When it comes to public transit, here's a map of all the bus stops. The transit stops in Satoo are well maintained, there's little to no litter and little to no damage, which gives us a score of 5 out of 5. However, most of the stops within Satoo don't have any benches and there's no shelter. The shelter is only going to be found on the main streets connecting the community. The nearest transit center is located 4 kilometers from Satoo, which gives us a score of 3 out of 5.
So when it comes to safety and crime, the crime rate here in Satoo is 20% below the city average per 1,000 people, earning it a score of 5 out of 5.
When it comes to litter and waste here in Satoo, this is about the worst area that we could find. Generally, behind apartment buildings, you're going to find a lot more garbage, as you can see. Overall, though, in Satoo, the streets are well kept, the bins are usually empty, and the streets are very clean. So we gave it a score of 5 out of 5.
The infrastructure and public spaces in Satoo have been well maintained with minimum signs of neglect, resulting in a perfect score 5 out of 5.
If you work from home in Satoo, the average noise levels at 12 p.m. is 45 decibels, which is fairly quiet with minimal disruptions, giving us a score of 5 out of 5.
When you're trying to sleep at midnight, the noise drops to 38 decibels, making it very peaceful and quiet in Satoo, earning this score 5 out of 5.
The 90-day average home sold price here in Satoo is 31.4% below Edmonton's 1-month average. This means that homes are significantly more affordable here in this community. This results in a score of 5 out of 5.
And that wraps up our review of Satoo with a total score of 74 out of 100. There are lots of top qualities. And Ryan, personally, what was your favorite things about Satoo?
Yeah, for sure. I think overall Satoo is a fantastic community, especially for families. Everyone we spoke with was super kind and nice and helpful. They told us all about the school, Satoo School, right in the heart of Satoo. And they said that the staff and principal were super friendly and really involved in your child's life, which to me is super important. Another thing I really loved about Satoo was the parks. I mean, we had parks going right through the heart of Satoo, right next to the school, trails. There's tons of space if you want a picnic or want to go out with family. So overall, really loved it. What are some things you love, Nazar?
Just to add to your point, Satoo also does have green space to Anthony Henday. So if you're looking for some green space in Satoo, that is an option available to you.
And a dog park there as well.
Yeah. Some things that I liked about Satoo was definitely the senior center. It's very close to like all the communities around the Millwood Center. So the senior center was very nice. There's lots of programs. I also like the home affordability. I think it was like 31.4% below Edmonton's average for the month.
Very affordable.
Yeah, so there's lots of stuff that you can buy in Satoo. I also liked the parks and the schools, as Ryan mentioned. But yeah, that's kind of like that. What are things that you didn't like about Satoo?
Well, one thing I didn't totally love is I like to grab a drink after work, and unfortunately there's zero nightlife options or bars located in Satoo. There is Southgate. I think Southgate has a couple, which is about 4 to 5 kilometers away from Satoo. So you're definitely gonna have to get an Uber, especially when it's -30 after the bar there. Another thing was gyms. There's no gym in Satoo. The closest gym would be the Millwoods Recreation Center. That's a massive gym there with a pool. But located in Satoo, there's just nothing there. There is that community center that we explored, but if you want to actually work out, unfortunately, there's just not very many options there. What are some things you didn't love, Nazar?
So based off our rubric, we had within 2 kilometers of the neighborhood of Satoo, and any grocery stores, any retail stores, that was kind of outside of the 2 kilometer range. But I mean, if you drive a little bit further to South Common, then you will have those amenities, you will have those access to those different types of stores, gyms, grocery stores and whatnot. So you just have to make the drive a little bit further, but within our rubric of 2 kilometers, it did not meet that criteria.
If you currently live or have lived in Satoo, we'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on the neighborhood. Please leave a message down below.
Guys, if you've been searching for a new home, it can be very overwhelming, and we make it easy for you so that you can focus on what truly matters to you. Either that's in this neighborhood or elsewhere, currently listed or even off market, we will find the perfect home for you and your family.
Whether it's buying or selling, we talk to buyers and agents on the daily. Send us a message to find out how much your home is worth and start your new home search today. As always, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Nazar, and we hope that you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.